I hope you're there. I accidentally bumped something when I went to, Anyway, I see people. Phew. So hello, happy Facebook Live Monday. It's time to get our stamping lips on. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I spent my weekend driving to cross-country race, driving home from the cross-country race, running in the cross-country race, because I'm an avid spectator. And then I inadvertently spent my Sunday weeding and appliance shopping. So that's what happened. It wasn't really what I thought was going to happen. So, oh well. I hope you guys are ready for a fun Facebook Live. I've got some good projects planned. At least I think so. You never know what might happen. That's kind of the fun of Facebook Live. So anyway, let's see what else is going on. Carl went to another football game with his friends and seems to be enjoying the social aspect of junior high. So that's pretty cute and sweet. So I'm excited about that. He really seems to be doing well. Ella is also doing really well. So I'm very happy and honored. I shouldn't say honored. I don't know what that is, but I'm very happy that she's doing well. School's really kind of doing, it's all good. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. If you are in the Carolinas or wherever the flooding, raining, hurricaning is happening, please know that I am thinking of you. I hope you are okay. If you are watching this as a break from reality, please know that I promise to bring a little sunshine into your world today, and know that we are all here praying that things are going to be okay for you guys. Oh my gosh. I was actually chatting with one of my downline who lives in North Carolina today. Just briefly, I wanted to make sure that everything was okay with her, and she said she's doing okay, but just amazing flooding happening, and I can't even imagine. So anyway, let's see. What do I have? I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a good story I haven't told you guys that's happened. I don't know though. So I have to say it has been a really busy week or so with life. And then today has been insane. Like, oh my gosh. First of all, if you didn't know, Stampin' Up! Updated the clearance rack and they put Fast Fuse back on there. Like, what? Where did that come from? Like, I had no idea. I just happened to see it this morning when I logged on. So that was a little crazy. I'm assuming that it is still on there. I haven't looked in a little while, so I'm not sure. But if you haven't gotten on there, make sure you do and take a look at some of the awesome deals, because there's some really good stuff on there. I personally may or may not have ordered a couple things for myself. So there's printed papers, there's framelits, all kinds of stuff. I did not buy any cases, Judy. I did buy a few, but nothing crazy. Someone's asking how my husband's job is going. You know, it's going okay. I think he's had a couple of what did I do moments, but I think he's doing pretty well. He's just adjusting. His job is basically a new division that was created sort of around him and another person. And so it's just taking some time for everyone to know what their roles are. Hi, Pammy. Oh my gosh. I was sending your email, and I said, oh my gosh, it's 2:59. I gotta go. So I hit send and then I came over here. Anyway, So someone said Fast Fuse is still on there. If you want it, go now. Like, you can come back and see me later. Go get your Fast Fuse. And you should shop my online store. Actually, no, winking. Please shop my online store. I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. I'm waiting for reports to update because I've had several people take advantage of today's specials. So I am anxious to check and see where we're at, but I think I'm doing okay. So hello, Christine from Minnesota. Don't you know? Hi, Diana. Thanks for your update. I was just talking about you a minute ago. What am I crinkling? I'm just folding a piece of paper in half because it was dirty. So I would have a nice clean piece of paper when I started stamping. So anyway, I hope you guys are ready to stamp. First of all, I think, let's see. I have drawings, but what did I do with them? Because I know I have them. I was all proud of myself for getting my drawings done like way early. Usually I'm doing it at the very last second. I'm scribbling names down and putting them in I've got a little basket thing over by my desk. But what did I do? Hold on. I got to get up and get my drawing names. I found them. And even better, I've got the drawing stamps. So let me tell you, I've got 2 of the Timeless Tidings stamp sets. Isn't this wonderful? It's backwards. I know. I'll flip it around, but I have 2 winners also that I'm excited to announce. I just got to find my little sheet that tells you what to do if you win a prize. So, and I'm kind of excited about some of my projects for today. I mean, I'm excited about all my projects, let's be honest. I mean, I wouldn't bring you guys bad projects, but sometimes I impress myself with what I come up with. So, are you guys ready? Okay, it's time to flip the camera. So close your eyes. Ooh, I think I pulled my thing out a little too far. Okay, there we go. Look at, I have a free Scoopy token at Culver's. Yay! It's been sitting on my desk for forever for some reason. Let me see if I can adjust this a little better. Getting there. Okay. I know I have a bunch of stamps mounted back here, so those might kind of just be in the shot. All right, that's not so bad. So, are you guys ready? Okay. So, I love doing this. I had a downline meeting last week, so I went home for that. And I had a massage. Yeah, that was the best. And we do door prizes at my downline meeting each time, and so I was having them do the Griswoldian drum roll, which is, are you guys ready? Okay, and the winners of our Facebook Live drawing are Nancy Voles. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, Nancy. I hope so. Nancy, please send me an email with your address. I know I don't have your address, Nancy. So make sure you send me your address. You have 2 weeks to do that, so make sure you do that. Congratulations to you, Nancy. And our other winner is Lori Page. So congratulations to you, Lori. Again, make sure that you send me an email with your mailing address so that I can send you out your stamp sets. Congratulations to you. I am so excited to send you such fun stamps, and we're going to use the stamp set today. So even better, you're going to get some inspiration for these awesome stamps. Okay, so I'll leave that up here for just a second. We had Lori Page and was it Nancy? Pretty sure it was Nancy. Yeah, Nancy Voles, V-O-L-Z. So congratulations, ladies. Yay. I always like starting off Facebook Live with a fun treat like that. Okay, so I was looking at the requests for today, and we'll see what I can do. Some of them were very specific. Others, there was a one stamp set. Oh, Nothing Sweeter. I do have that stamp set. Maybe that's what it was. I knew it was Sweeter in the name, and now I'm looking up at my stamps, and I do have that set. But I'll save that for another time. I have not even looked at it yet, except right now. I can see it. But that's actually a really cute set. I'll pull this out. I think somebody had requested this one. There's a set of framelits that goes with it also, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so today I really have what I think are some kind of fun projects. One of the requests that I had was for a 3D item, and another was for a Halloween something. So I have put those two things together in one project, and I'm just going to pull out my Stampin' Trimmer because I need it for this. So what we're going to start out with is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. This is black. And excuse me, what I want to do is score this at 4.5 and 6.5. So there's 4.5. This is on the 11-inch side. So this is 11 inches going across. So I'm going to score. I want to make sure I'm scoring, not cutting, because that would kind of put a damper in this whole thing. Okay, so 4.5, and then I can move it over to 6.5. Let's see, my arm is kind of funky because I may or may not have had a little arm incident with this. I broke it, but it still works. Okay, then I want to move to 6.5, and that's that line right in between here. Can you see there's a line down there? So 6.5. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it so I'm on the 8.5-inch side, and I'm going to score at 1.5 and 7. Now this is a project I made years and years ago, and actually I don't even know where this was, but I found it unpacking one of my boxes. So my movers clearly found it, packed it up for me. They did smush it a little, but that's okay. And so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is, I can get rid of this now. Okay. What I'm going to do is on these two little bits right here, I'm going to cut. I just got to find my scissors. And then we're going to make a cute little bag, a cute little treat bag. But you're going to really like it, I think. Okay, so I'm just cutting up to the score line right here on these two slits. And then I'll do the same on the opposite two. That's the only cutting that I'm doing. And then it occurs to me that I actually meant to do this bag in Gorgeous Grape, but that's okay. Oh well. Oh, black will work. It'll all coordinate. So the next thing I'm going to do is take and score on all of my score lines. Now I have to tell you, I am not a huge 3D person at all. I like making cards. But I know some of you guys like 3D items, so I try to do them here and there. So you'll see them from me every once in a while. Okay, so now what this does is it forms a little bag. It's really simple, okay? You can't get much simpler than this, actually. Now what I want to do with this bag is glue the sides. Now they don't go all the way in. I guess you could have them go all the way in, but they're not supposed to go all the way in. They just kind of go up on this, you know, like this. So there's a little, they don't go all the way over. You could, if you change the dimensions a little bit, you could make that happen, but that's just how it is. Now to put this together, you can use all sorts of stuff. Personally, I prefer using liquid glue. I find liquid glue works really, really well, and it adheres better in the long run than anything else, okay? So I put some liquid glue. Notice I left some space there because This isn't going to quite go all the way. All right. Now, I have to tell you, I saw some of my Canadian friends posting photos of snow, which I like can't even wrap my head around that. It has been hotter than blazes here. I'm just using my, what do you think, call this? A bone folder to kind of press that area where I glued. Now, I got a little glue that stuck out, but when it dries clear, it'll be fine. Okay, we'll get the excess off. Now, we'll do the same thing here. I'm going to be a little bit more careful with my glue placement, but we'll get that on there. I'm not putting a thick amount of glue, but I am giving it some good coverage. Okay. Oh my gosh, Amy, that is just crazy. You had snow already, but it's gone. It's September. Like, I'm all for a little cool fall weather, but not snow. No, 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 no. School got out early due to the heat. Oh, wow. I think my kids' schools are air conditioned, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so there is our little bag. Okay. We're not done though. It's time to get cute. Okay, so I've taken some of the, I believe this is called Toil and Trouble DSP. I cut 2 pieces that are 3 inches by 4.5. Okay, and we're gonna adhere those to the center of each panel on the front and the back. Okay. And then when I show you like my sample of this, I think some of you guys are going to laugh. Others of you are going to say, oh my gosh, I've never seen that. It's pretty old. Okay, so look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh. So then I'll put some more glue on here. Okay, but you guys have all gotten your orders in, right? Like you all placed an order through my online store, right? I'm joking, but yet serious. If you haven't taken advantage of that awesome special, you got to do it. I'm a little surprised it's still available. So make sure you head to my online store and get those amazing clearance rack items. Okay, so now I've got my piece of DSP on both sides of my little bag here. Okay, now here's where things get cute. Like, really cute. I'm going to take some of our new satin ribbon. This is 1/2 inch, okay? And I'm going to start at the bottom. Well, actually, you know what? I think this is funny. I'm going to use my tear and tape. Now, I have to tell you a story about this tear and tape. So my husband was in my room, and I knew something was up because my little sign on my wall was crooked. And that meant one of 2 things. That meant my son or my husband, because my daughter would have fixed it and I would not have left it like that, right? Well, he came in here looking for my double-sided tear and tape. He knows the awesomeness of this. So I think the next time he comes in here, I'm going to have to tell him he can shop my online store. Just saying, get his own. Actually, with all of the stuff he's done in our new house to help get my office set up, I probably should just buy him some. Okay, now I know this is tear and tape, but I'm going to snip it because I can. So what I'm doing is I'm putting tear and tape all around here. And I'm going, not very well right here, so we're going to readjust because we can. But what I'm doing is adding this tear and tape because I'm going to attach my ribbon to it. I don't like attaching, or I won't attach ribbon with glue because it'll ooze through the ribbon, and that's no good. Nobody wants that. But I'm just going right down the edge and then here. Okay. Sometimes when I talk, I don't do a good job of adhering things. So I don't know why I went halfway on there, I guess. I guess I was thinking, okay, I'll start my ribbon halfway and then I can actually go all the way around. So I put a glue dot on my ribbon and that was just to kind of get things started. You'll see why. I don't know. Well, I guess maybe I was also thinking about doing fast fuse, but since I already have this partially put together, that really wouldn't work. So long story short, welcome to my ADD world. But okay, so what I'm going to do is put my ribbon down like so. And then I'm creating a handle. Okay, so I want this handle length right there. And then I'll come back and I can go all the way around, which is the handy part. Okay, so I just want to go ever so slightly over the edge of my printed paper just so I have a nice, beautiful covered area. So this almost looks like, I don't know, it's a Percy thing, but it's not like fancy. It's just cute. I've done fancier ones, but you know, sometimes you just want something simple and easy and quick. Okay, so here we're going to continue with our ribbon. Again, we're kind of going over that border just slightly. Now here's the trick. We want to make sure our handles are about the same. So I'm going to hold them up here together so I have an idea of where this should start, and then I'll get that last little bit. My thumb is still marking my ribbon. And there we go. All right. So there is our ribbon. I could have made that seem a little better, but it's okay. It's on the bottom. Okay, so I've got a cute little bag. All right, now we haven't even gotten to the cute part, so just wait. Oh, Fran, your AC is fixed. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. She was messaging me that she couldn't think straight because it was so hot. I totally get that. Oh my gosh. I'm sure that is miserable. Okay, now I'm going to come in with our glitter ribbon. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bow right here. Okay, so I'm just going to tie this bow on. We'll see how this goes off the roll. I think this much will be enough. Now, this ribbon is really pretty. It's like they took organdy ribbon and sprayed it with glitter spray. And so it stiffened the ribbon a little bit. And then there's this fun glitter in there. So that's kind of fun. Okay, now to make this lay the way I want to do it, I'm going to kind of tie it on to my ribbon here fairly tight, my satin ribbon. And notice it's going the same way, the same direction as my ribbon. So then when I do the bow, it'll tie to be 90 degrees like this, which is where I want it to be. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm just going to trim this a little bit on either side. So cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, now you can fill this with whatever you want. You can do whatever you want, I should say. You can put cards in there, treats in there, candy, popcorn, whatever. But we're going to embellish it with just a little more. We want to make a tag. So, did you know that on this printed paper, let's see, what did I do with my sheet of it? On this printed paper, that the little framelit cuts out every single one of these hats that comes in the set. So I just sort of cut this one out. I trimmed it out and then I die cut it, okay? And here it is. It's like I die cut it ahead of time. So I look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. So I took that And I've got 2 circles. I've got a Highland Heather and a basic black. And remember when I said this bag itself was supposed to be Gorgeous Grape? Yeah. Oh, well. Black works too. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and then in the Cauldron Bubble stamp set, which is what I'm using, so that you can stamp that and die cut it with a little die cut, or you can use the printed paper that comes in the suite. Anyway, I'm going to take the Bubble Bubble Toil and Trouble, and I'm going to stamp this one time in black on here. Like that. Okay, that looks pretty cute. And then I'm going to grab my Highland Heather ink and then stamp it some more. So first of all, I'm going to clean this off. And then I'm going to bring my scrap paper in. Okay. And then I'm just going to stamp this kind of in the background a few more times to kind of fill up the background. Like so. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to pop this baby up right on top. And by the way, look at these little frogs on the back side. It's so cute. Okay. Bubble Toilet Trouble. No, it is not. But that's kind of funny. Okay, so there we go. We've mounted that, and then, of course, we're going to add that to our little basic black scallop circle. So cute. Okay. And then I'm going to just punch a little hole in here, which makes me wonder what I did with my hole punches. Because it used to be in with my punches. I don't know where they are, so I might just punch kind of a big hole in here. Let's see. Oh, look. My little pick my nose tool is going to be here for the win. So let me just take my piercing mat. Now I'm gonna really, I went all the way through. So look at it. It actually creates a pretty good sized hole when you punch it all the way through. It also does put a nice piercing in your mat, but if you leave it off in one corner, you're good. Okay, so I'm just gonna cover that up before I impale someone with it. All right, now we're gonna attach this to our little bag with some black baker's twine. Woo! It's coming out on me. Now I've got my black baker's twine in a wood case, and it's really handy. Last year we had a few more, I almost said flavors, colors of baker's twine. But I've got my little black baker's twine, and I'm just gonna trim this off. Like so, and then we'll attach this onto our little purse, bag, whatever you want to call this. So cute. It looks like a gift bag or a shopping tote, whichever. But I think there's plenty of room in here for something really yummy. So I'll just trim that off, and then there you go. Isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh. So there is our fun little purse for you. So a 3D a 3D Valentine. Oh, I think this is probably a 3D Halloween thing. But there you go. Halloween, Valentine's, what's really the difference? I wonder about myself sometimes. Okay. Someone said, thanks for the storage tip. I actually have all of my embellishments in these cases. So for instance, here are all my pearls. This is in just a clear case. And then here are all my rhinestones. I tried printing these out, but I haven't figured out how to do it. So I just use my label maker because I'm not that good. But like, oh look, my clear faceted gems. Oh, they're all in there. It's really handy. Because what I was getting tired of is, you know, everything's like on a card and then you kind of put it in and then things fall off when you're, you know, going in and out of them. So I put them in the case so that they be all protected. And it's really worked out well since I switched over to that. And then I store them with my stamp sets. So, okay. So anyway, next, I want to make a really simple, but I hope very pretty card. And I have a couple versions of it. Now this was a request from Ginger. So Ginger, if you're on here, I hope this will be kind of what you were looking for. I wanted to use the set Rooted in Nature. I've got an online class coming up for this. Now this is like a hardcore bundle right here. So first of all, it's a double stamp set. So there's this part as well as this part. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love the fonts. The sentiments in here are so nice. And then there's trees of all sorts. There's little leafies. There's skeleton leaves. There's a slice of wood and then some other types of leaves. It's a really great set. And then, of course, the framelits that come are amazing. There's a whole bunch of framelits that come in it. Some of them emboss and cut, which is pretty cool, or some of them just cut. Well, actually, I should say some of them just emboss. But there's tons and tons of pieces in this set. It also has printed paper, among other fun embellishments. So we're going to make a really simple card. So Ginger wanted some nice thank you cards. And so I've got a couple of versions of this. My first version is going to be well, both of them are really simple, but I think they're both kind of cool. Okay, and someone else asked if I would show some shimmer paint, and I've got a couple of ideas with shimmer paint too. So I'm going to start out with Pear Pizzazz. Okay, and I'm going to just stamp these leaves going across, and you can see I'm doing both full strength and stamped off. Okay, I'm going to stamp that one off and then put that one on there. And then I want to fill this out just a little bit more, so I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow and add some more in here. And you can see I'm doing full strength and stamped off of that as well. I'm going to do one more full strength. This is kind of a lot, but I think it's pretty. So you get a nice border of stamps. And actually, now that I think about it, we're going to change up. Hold on, let me clean this quick. I also keep my Stampin' Chamois in here. I haven't labeled it yet, but my chamois stays in there wet. Okay, but what I also want to do is a few more stamped off of these leaves to just sort of fill this out a little bit more. So pardon me while I add just a few more leaves. There we go. I wanted it to be a little wider. Okay, so there we are. And now that I said that, the anal stamper in me just needs to stamp one more dark one right there. Okay, everything's better. Oh, I can breathe. Okay, so isn't that beautiful? Okay, now she said she wanted something kind of like a nice thank you. Ginger lost her father, I think she said just 2 weeks ago. So it's been really hard, and I can't even imagine how hard that would be, losing your father. I've got a couple of versions of this, by the way. So this is the first version. It's a little bit more simple, I think. I'm going to take my early espresso and stamp this on here. And this is a really nice sentiment. It says, with much love and thanks. Okay, and it's just right on there. It's pretty simple. Okay, now here's where things get fun. I'm gonna close up my ink pads because trust me, we want to do that. Now I'm going to take my aqua painter, or I've got an aqua painter right here, and I'm squeezing it so that it's kind of juicy, like almost drippy. Okay, I'm going to set that down for a sec because I want to grab my champagne shimmer paint. Let's see what I did with it. Ooh. Well, that's not good. I can see all of them but champagne. I know it's around here because it's actually the one I've been using the most. Oh, here it is. It was just behind. Okay. So, oh goodness. Things are falling. I hate when that happens. Okay. So, this is champagne mist. All right. You can hear I shook it up. Now, what I'm going to do is take my drippy wet aqua painter, and I've picked up some on the tip of my aqua painter. Okay, did you see that? Now, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to smack my finger against here. Let me move my cute little thing. And so I'm getting drops to go on here, and I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to pick just a touch up right from the bottle. Okay, there we go. That's going a little better. So what I'm getting is just some sprinkles. Now, I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but let me bring it up to you and look at those. Those are just like dots of shimmer. Okay, so it's real simple, but fancy beautiful. Okay, and like I said, this is just one of the two we're going to do. So I forgot to cut the rest of the card for this, so let me do that quick. I'm going to have early espresso as a layer. And then we're going to put it on a Pear Pizzazz card, and I think that'll be really, really pretty. Oh, yes. That's going to be gorgeous. All right, now I'm going to get rid of this piece because it's got wet shimmer paint on it. All right, now the other thing I'm going to do with this is wipe it off. I've got a little towel right here. I want to get that shimmer paint off of here because I might not want it in the future. Okay. Now, like I said, we're gonna do this. Now the shimmer paint is not quite dry yet. It's not like it takes a long time, but those dots where it's thicker, it will take a few minutes to dry, but it'll go pretty quick. But I'm just gonna be careful to not like smear it on here because wouldn't that just be the worst? Okay, so there's that. Then I'm gonna fold this, and then I'm going to put this one on here like so. And that's my card. It's really simple, but I think it's really pretty. Okay, I'm also gonna pop that layer up because you know what? I can. All right, now I'm gonna do a little variation on this, and we're gonna do another card. This time we're gonna use those skeleton leaves because I really like those. And we're gonna change up the colors a little bit. Okay. So there's my final card popped up, so it's fancy. So it's a really pretty card. Real simple, though. Okay. Next, the next thing I want to do is pull out, first of all, no, it's just right here. And by the way, did I mention my sentiment is actually from the Tropical Chic stamp set? That's where that came from. There isn't the right thanks in the Rooted in Nature set, but I think you're gonna like this next one too. So again, this is from the same stamp set, Rooted in Nature. This time we're gonna use kind of a variety of colors a little bit. I have, let me put them in order so they're all pretty. Okay. I've got Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Razzleberry, Cajun Craze, and Blackberry Bliss. If I go like this, it's like a fall rainbow. Okay, so I think this is really pretty. I've been actually kind of playing with this color combo and I've enjoyed it. So let me show you how that goes. I'm just looking for one stamp. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to start with my larger stamp. And I keep migrating this way. I'm not sure why. So on this one, I'm going to take and open this up. I've got Rich Razzleberry. I'm going to stamp that beautiful skeleton leaf right here. Not quite in the center, but just off a little bit. Okay, so that looks nice. Then I'm going to go with Cajun Craze with a littler one right there. Okay, and already I like it. Can I just say? Already I'm excited. Okay, then let me clean this off quick. And then we're going to do pumpkin pie. And, you know, I've always considered pumpkin pie to be an orange, like a bright orange because it was always in the brights. Well, it turns out pumpkin pie is like a totally earthy orange. And there it is. It's almost rust colored, especially when you put it in with those colors. Like, who knew? This is just my little revelation as of like today. Okay. Then I'm going to take Old Olive. I actually didn't mention this color before. I meant to. Okay, and I've got Old Olive over there. And then I'm going to put my crushed curry in. So sorry. But I do need to clean because that would be a mess if I didn't. Okay. Ooh. Glad I caught that. All right. One last leaf is going down right there. So pretty. Okay, so these are just some beautiful fall leaves going across there. I really like that. Okay, and you could kind of take this and make it fancy or not as fancy, whatever. And by that I mean you could add more leaves, you could stamp off some, kind of like what I did on the other one. But what I want to do is add a little bit to this, okay? And that is going to be in the form of my Vegas gold. Oh, I've been itching for a fabulous reason to use Vegas gold, okay? So once again, I've got my aqua painter shaking up my paint. I like doing that because then you get some in the lid and then you don't have to worry about like using too much. Okay, I got a nice dollop on there. Look at that. It looks fantastic. Okay, then once again, take something or your finger, but I'll use this. And I'm just going to lightly tap. I'm not pressing too hard on here. But the nice thing about this is you get the paint going on. Okay, but you want to be careful, and then when you're done, wipe it off. So I've got that cleaned. Then look at this beautiful gold on here. It's so pretty. Okay, so we'll set that aside for a second. We want it to dry. While it's drying, though, we're going to stamp our sentiment. Okay, so I gave our sentiment a clean. Now I also have a scrap piece of very vanilla paper, and I'm going to stamp this in Blackberry Bliss. So that's just a little bit darker. Okay. We'll stamp that down with much love and thanks, and then I'm going to use my triple banner to punch that, and I'm just going to punch a little more. Ooh, except that one was crooked. Hopefully that isn't. Not too bad. Oh my gosh, I was running out of room. Okay, with much love and thanks, and that's going to get popped up right over the top. Now look at, I picked up a bunch of the gold. It's not dry yet. So just be aware of that. So we'll put some dimensionals on the back of this. And then while that's drying, I'm going to cut my cardstock because remember, I didn't have it done yet. Okay, so the colors for this, I'm thinking I'm going to do a blackberry layer and then a Cajun craze layer. Maybe. Oh, a Cajun craze card with a blackberry layer. Okay. So this is so pretty. And yeah, that looks good. You could totally, oh, someone said copper thread. Already coming. Don't worry. That was already planning. It's not copper though. It's going to be gold. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to adhere my layer on here. Again, keeping in mind it's still wet slightly. So we don't want to smush it around too much. But yeah, I already got my gold ready to go. Okay, so for that, probably shouldn't have adhered this quite yet, but that's okay. A glue dot will do it. Just gonna put a glue dot on here, except I don't want it there, I want it down. Okay. Is there a trick to picking the colors? Well, Fran, I think it really is what you like, what looks good to you. I've always kind of had a thing for picking colors. I've always felt like I've had a gift, if you will. Sorry, I know that sounds cheesy, but I do kind of feel like I have a gift. I have an eye for color. You know, you hear that saying, I have an eye for color. You know, it really comes down to personal preference, to be completely honest with you. But I think some colors look better than others and in different combinations. Now, I'm actually kind of glad you asked that because I have been working on a new monthly class and it's all going to be it's all geared towards designing cards with the layout, the color, and the stamps and printed paper all in mind when making cards. And that is going to be coming. It'll start in October. I don't quite have all the details worked out yet, but I am getting close. So watch for that. It'll be in my newsletter as soon as I'm ready. But I'm really excited about it because I know a lot of people struggle with layouts of cards. A lot of people struggle with how to embellish cards. A lot of people struggle with how to use DSP in their cards. So I'm going to incorporate all of those things into this class, and it's going to be interactive, which means that you'll be able to ask me questions. There'll be Facebook Lives in it, and I say lives because there'll be one each week, and then there'll also be projects geared around this, and then ways for you to create those projects. And then there'll be tutorials for everything. So I'm pretty excited about it, actually. It's kind of a little bit of a new direction for me. And actually my friend Kelly, who lives near me, she has been kind of helping me work on this. So that's kind of a fun thing. So she's been sort of my, I don't know what you would call it. She's been helping me work through the details. Okay. So there we go. I've put that on there, and then I'm going to take my sentiment, and I'm being careful because it's still there's still this one dot right there is still wet, I can tell, but the others down here have dried, which is nice. And by the way, you just can't even appreciate how pretty this is in person because I know you can't see this, but we're just going to put that on there, and we're even going to put it on straight. Why? Because we can. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that pretty? I know I'm covering up a lot of the leaves, but I think it's really gorgeous. Oh, So a really pretty card. So again, here's the first one. And then here's the second one. And I actually made this card first, but then I thought this one would be fun too. So it's really pretty, I think. So I hope, Ginger, that these are helpful for you and that you guys like them. Okay. So, and by the way, my online class for this, I think it comes out this week. I got to check my calendar. Today has really been an insane day. My phone has literally been ringing and beeping off the hook. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, remember our first project was this bag? Here is the one I made originally, okay? So this will date you. This is super old paper. I would say this is easily 8 or 9 years old, maybe even more. So isn't that funny? But that's actually, so this, you can see, kind of got munched in my move, but this was actually the inspiration for the bag I made for you today. So I thought that was kind of fun. Okay. All right. Our next project is one that I am kind of excited about as well. It's another simple card, but we're going to use some shimmer paint again, but in a little bit different way. So let me show you what that is going to look like. I am pulling out, we've kind of have a fall leaf theme, and I promise we're actually going to be done with the leaves after this card, but it 'tis the season. Leaves are just barely starting to change here, so it's kind of exciting. I love this time of year, the changing leaves. So Falling for Leaves is the bundle that I'm using, and this is a great set. It's got these beautiful leaves, but then it's also got some great framelits that go with it. So I die cut myself two. I've got an early espresso one, and I also have a Mary Merlot one. Then I also took a strip of Mary Merlot and I embossed it with that tin tile embossing folder, which is the best ever. Oh my gosh. It's the best ever. I'm just saying. And then I've got a layer of Mary Merlot cardstock, and my card base is whatever this is. Early espresso. Words are hard. Okay. So I'm going to start by taking some of my copper. I didn't want copper to get jealous. You know, we've been using some of the other colors. And I'm just going to go. Now, I used this on something last week, and it's dry, so it's not really going to be a problem because you can see it's red, but we're using a similar color here. So I've just got some on my sponge. Okay, now I'm going to rub it across that beautiful embossing, and you can see it's picking up on the raised areas. Okay, and I want it kind of uneven. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do next is take and okay, so now here's where I haven't decided yet. Should I put some on the solid leaf or should I put some on the detail? Help me figure it out, you guys. What do you think? So should I put it on this one, the detail, or the solid? So tell me what you think. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm going to put my card together here a little bit. So, you know what? Since Fast Fuse is on the clearance rack today, I'm using it. I love my Fast Fuse. Okay. And then I'm going to put my stripe going across here. Ooh, I might have just run out of Fast Fuse. Oh no, there's a little bit left. Oh, this happens sometimes at the very end of a roll, and I'm pretty much there. I might give up on this one because it's literally, there's a couple inches left. This happens sometimes. We'll see if I can get just a touch more out. There we go. Okay. So I've got that across here. Okay. Ooh, both detailed, solid, both solid. Okay, solid is winning. Okay, solid, detailed, but the solids are going to win. Okay, so that's kind of, my gut was solid, but all right, so I'm just gonna pick up a little more from that lid. I like the lid because it controls how much you're getting. If I were to dab it, you know, like dump it and dab it out of the bottle, I would probably get more than I bargained for, and I don't want that. Okay, so I'm just going along the edges here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this on and see what it looks like. That's pretty cool. Ooh. Okay, I like that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna get my copper thread out. Let's see, where is my copper thread? Ah, found it. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this around my fingers. Okay. I've kind of got this like a figure 8. I'm just gonna put a little right there. Okay. Oh yes, that's going to be pretty. Someone, could you please put a little in the middle of the solid leaf? Okay. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna have to fill it in. There we go. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Good call. All right, now to adhere this, I'm gonna use my good old trick with my silicone mat, my sticky sponge, and my liquid glue. If you've never seen this, this is like my favorite method for attaching detailed things. So I'm just spreading my glue out a little bit, and on the back side of my framelit, I'm gonna sponge that glue on. I'm holding my piece in place, and then it's going to attach to this leaf like so. Okay, and look at that, and I'm not full of adhesive either, which makes me happy. All right, you guessed it, we're popping this baby up. Okay, now there's a bunch of different sentiments in this stamp set. Here we go. So fun. Okay, so I think I'm going to pull out Thankful. And we're going to use that. And then I'm going to stamp that in Early Espresso. Right on here. And I'm pretty sure I've got my Early Espresso out here still. So I do really like this Mary Merlot. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now one more thing, because I know there's somebody out there wondering if I'm going to do this, and the answer is of course. We're getting my Aqua Painter kind of drippy wet again. Now I just basically used everything that was in the lid, so I'm closing that up, opening it. I've got more fresh paint in here. So I've got, oh, look at that. It's wonderful. Okay, and then I'm just going to tap this onto my card. I'm a little worried that all of the paint came off in one glob, but see, it's right there. Oh, look, I'm touching it. Isn't that terrible? But Anyway, there we go. These are water spots, so they'll just kind of dry. But that's a really pretty card. But let's decorate the inside. I'm just grabbing a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside because this feels like a very vanilla kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to take my big, huge leaf. And then the other sentiment that's in here, thinking of you with a grateful heart. Okay, let me move some of this stuff up. Ooh, is this bothering you? Did you guys know that my rich raspberry was still open? We'll just close that because I know it's probably going to give one of you, at least one of you, an aneurysm. All right, now I'm going to take my stamp and I want to stamp it in Mary Merlot, but it's going to be really dark if it's on here solid. So I'm stamping that off once, and I did stamp it off twice. We'll put it on here and see how it looks here. That's nice and soft. Okay, but then we'll take the sentiment and do that in our early espresso, so it's nice and dark right over the top. So thankful goes on the outside, and then thinking of you with a grateful heart goes on the inside. And isn't that pretty? And then we could even take, and let's see if I've got just a little bit of stuff on here. We can spritz it just a touch. Okay, and then that'll dry. So isn't that fun? Okay, now next I'm going to wipe this off. And partly you want to make sure you wipe it off early so that it doesn't dry on the bristles of your aqua painter. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to put it away. But I think that's really pretty. Now I'm going to give all of this a second to dry. So let me clean up a little bit. Any questions about that? There's so many different ways you can apply these shimmer paints. You really just need to play with them. And I'm finding that my favorite has been the Champagne Mist, but both of these are coming in a close second. Now the Frost White is really pretty too. It is a lot more, I think Champagne Mist and Frost White, kind of something between the two, remind me of Clear Wink of Stella. And I think the reason I haven't used the Frost White a whole lot yet is mainly because I haven't done a lot of Christmas stuff, and I think it really lends it to Christmas. Can you paint the shimmer paint on? Sorry. Can you paint the shimmer paint on to the stamp and directly, yes, stamp to the paper with it? I'm trying to see more. It won't show me more. Oh, wait, maybe it will. No, I can't see the rest of your comment, Tanya. Actually, to stamp with it, I would actually take and use my sponge and then sponge it right on the image. So actually, I can show you that even. So I'll take my copper. I've got some in the lid, so I'll just pick that up a little bit. Okay, and I'm dabbing it off because I knew I had kind of a lot in there. And I have my stamp right here. There's still some ink on here, so I'm just going to ink this up even further, and then I'll stamp it onto, I just have a scrap of Whisper White right here. Okay, now you can't possibly appreciate how this looks, but it is like melded copper and rich raspberry ink on here. It's actually very beautiful, but I don't think I can even capture how pretty that is in my video. But I promise you it's gorgeous. And then I just set my block. Someone was saying my blocks were so clean last time. Okay, this is like totally gooey. I just set it in the glue from my pad here. See, this is why you clean up instead of chit chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see what else. Carrie Schumacher. Someone was asking about your burp rag. Did you retire it? No, it's in the wash. I have a few different ones. Don't use with blender pens. I'm not sure why, because it actually works just great. There you go. Okay, so Now, this is not quite dry yet, so I'm just going to give it another little minute, and then we'll adhere this to the inside of our beautiful card here. But I really loved brushing it on and kind of giving it that texture, some metallic, so it's really pretty. All right, our next card is, I'm going to show you this kit. So we're going to make one of the cards. The kit itself makes 4 different cards, 5 of each. And this is simply stunning. When they showed this to us on the cruise, they demonstrated it, and I have to share this because it's really funny. One of the people who works for Stampin' Up, she is not a stamper, and she's on the corporate team, you know, so like she's a vice president, and she's not a stamper, and she used this kit as a complete non-stamper, not really a crafter, and she made the cards for us, so it's really cool. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4 gorgeous cards. I love all of them, but they're so easy to make, and I want to show you how easy they are. So you get all the pieces that you need. So I'm going to take this card base because that's one. And look, there's a line on here. I'll show you what that's for. It's pretty awesome. The kit also comes with envelopes. So there's envelopes with kind of red insides. There's more envelopes with red insides. And then there are envelopes with green insides. So we're going to take the green one for this particular card. And then I'm also going to need one of these. I'm going to need one of these, and there are some die cut pieces, and I'm going to need one of these circles as well. Okay, and then we're going to make this gorgeous card. Now, I gave away the Timeless Tidings stamp set to 2 lucky winners at the beginning of our show, and I'm going to use that stamp set for this. That's what coordinates with these cards. It's really pretty. We're also going to just close this up right here. Okay, I'm sure that was giving somebody a heart attack, but all right. You know, I got to make a mess when I'm working. Now, I've got a couple of really great tips for you, but this is, like I said, it's such an easy project to put together. I am, however, looking for my stamp that goes with this, and I know I have it out. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, first of all, let me look at my pieces here. I've got this card base. So I'm going to fold this in half, and you'll see the line on here. So this line is kind of genius. So if you take one of these strips of gold, it's a sticker, and I'm going to pull this off, and I'm really kind of just pulling away from me, and then you'll see most of those pieces come out, but there's a few that are stuck in there. So what I did is I turned it over, and I just kind of lightly pressed. I'm not burnishing, I'm just lightly pressing, and then I'll lift it up, and then that gets the rest of those little pieces out. So I thought that was kind of genius, by the way. You're welcome. All right, and then I'm just going to put this, on, except it goes all the way to the edge. Now, there's a little star that was cut out of here, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure why that is. Oh, one of my pieces is in there. Hold on, I'm getting it out. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the whole card. Okay, whew, we got it. Oh, crisis averted. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've got that beautiful little gold sticker put down. Okay, then on top of that, I'm going to add this beautiful watercolored piece. I really like this. Now the stamp set also has a cool little tree just like this that goes with it. Let me pull the stamp set out so I can show you that piece that I'm talking about. It's this right here. So that tree is in there. So you could decorate the envelope with that tree if you wanted. All right, I'm going to adhere that to my card. And now my fast food is officially out. I'm just going to put that at the bottom. Now, I have that little star right there, okay? So let me show you what I'm going to do with it. Let me flip this around to my spatula. I'm just going to take and kind of peel this off. And then I'm going to put it right on top of this tree right here, because I can. So it doesn't show that in the directions, but I thought it'd be cute, so I did it. Okay, now I've got my dies cut shape here, and I'm just going to stamp my sentiment. It says use black StazOn, but to be honest, I think black Memento is a little better. It's not as messy. It still stamps nicely and everything. So I've got sending good tidings of comfort and joy. Oh, comfort and joy, comfort and joy. It's just like the song. I love it. Even though I'm so not emotionally prepared for Christmas. Just so you know, I keep seeing these things like there's only so many days until Christmas, or so many Saturdays, shopping days until Christmas. And I'm just like, oh, blah. Okay, so I'm going to add that right there. Then part of this kit, there are some gold and green rhinestones. So we're going to put some of those on. I got to look at my direction sheet because I can't remember if it's gold or green for this particular card. Ah, it's the gold. Okay, isn't that pretty? So again, I'll take my little tool to the rescue, and we're going to add some of these right on there. Oops, slid that one a little too far. I got carried away. Okay, so there's my comfort and joy. So pretty. Okay, so now let me tell you what I love about this is, first of all, anybody can make it. You don't have to be a stamper, and you can get really amazing cards. I mean, look at how beautiful this card is. So that's one of the cards. Here's another card, and again, all of them have the little lines, so you know exactly where to put everything. It's just so easy, and like the little embellishments are so fun. And then here is the final card. Just stunning, gorgeous, gorgeous cards. So if you have not gotten this kit, it's a great value. I think it's $22. It makes 20 cards with envelopes, with the gold foil and everything, plus the little gems, all the die cut pieces, everything that you need except the stamp set and dimensionals. I popped up several of these, so you're going to want dimensionals. But other than that, everything else is included. So I love this. And yes, Amy, that's a great idea. You could certainly stamp this and heat emboss it in different colors. I think what I love, though, is that with one ink pad, you can make all these cards, and they're just beautiful. So that's a really great deal. And again, the cards are stunning in person. They look nice in the catalog, but when you see them in person, you're just like, wow. So I really, I think this is for sure the best card kit we've ever had for Christmas. So I love, 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 love it. All right, now one more card that I've got for you today. I haven't made up, but somebody asked if we could do the beautiful blizzard. So what I did quick before I came on is I took the framelit, which is this. It's this one single piece, and I die cut it on my Big Shot. Now I just ran this on the regular Stampin' Up platform, you know, with my cutting side up and my piece of cardstock up. I ran it through 2 times, once in and once out, and this is what I got. The snowflakes are already falling out, so it is gorgeous. So you can pop these snowflakes out, and then you can do all sorts of stuff with this. So we could make cards, we can make tags, we can use the snowflakes individually, we can use this background piece of the snowflake, so we can do all sorts of good stuff with this. And look at even these incredibly intricate snowflakes come out of here really easily, which makes me very happy. I was a little skeptical, to be 100% honest with you, that this was going to be one of those dies where it just doesn't come out right. You know, like it's really tricky to get them out. And I think if I would have used the die brush, these would have just popped out even easier. But I wanted to kind of show you the whole piece at once. So Anyway, and then there's, look at these cute little ones on the inside. So beautiful. Look at this. Now, I know there's lots of different things you can do with this. One thing that I am kind of jazzed about is the idea of using this as a stencil. Okay, so I'm going to take, just grabbing a piece of cardstock. I'm going to take and put this piece over, and I'm going to do a little stenciling. Now what I want to use, so I'm just reaching behind me, hold on. I've got my little sponge brayers here. So we'll take the pink one off and add a brand new one here. And I'm going to take my Calypso, or no, not Calypso Coral. This is Coastal Cabana. All right, I've got the Coastal Cabana cardstock that I die cut it from, so I'll have matching snowflakes at the end. Okay, so let's ink up my brayer. This is going to take just a second. So I'm rolling it over my ink pad, going forward, forward, forward. I'm not going back and forth. I'm going forward, forward, forward. So you can see I've got some good ink on here. And then I'm just going to sponge this all over the place, holding it in one position so as to not move it. Now I'm going to hold this steady and see, oh yeah, things are happening under there. Yay! Okay. And I can certainly re-ink. So again, I'm going in one direction. This time I'm going backwards. Okay, and then I'll do it on here just to get a little darker shade. And oh yeah, I can see it now. Okay. You guys ready to take a peek at this? It's going to be pretty cool. Now the key is don't move it. All right. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so that looks amazing. All right, so with that, there's all kinds of things you can do. If a hug were a snowflake, I'd send you a blizzard. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Season's greetings, you are extraordinary. Thinking of you with love. Snowflakes are unique in their own beautiful way. So this is pretty. Look at, it's a virgin. I like this one about snowflakes being hugs. Not gonna lie, I like that a lot. All right, so I'm gonna stamp that on here, and then we're gonna embellish it with some of those snowflakes. Okay, I'm gonna use Bermuda Bay, so it's a little darker shade. It'll show up really nicely on here. And we'll turn it on its side, I think. So I'm gonna stamp that right up here. If a hug were a snowflake, I'd send you a blizzard. So that's pretty. It's a little crooked, but we don't judge at the Creativity Cave, so it's all right. All right, I've got that on there, and then I'm going to take a couple of these snowflakes that came from my dies, and let's see, put them on here. Okay, that one's not working for me. There we go. That looks a little better. Do we like this? I don't know. Maybe I'll put one of these teeny ones down here. Oh, so cute. I don't know if I like that. What if, it's kind of bugging me, I'm not going to lie, that that's crooked. So let me see if I can fit it on here. And then I can put it over the snowflakes a little bit, and that will... Look at that. It just fit. Oh my gosh. Look at the skill in my stamping abilities. Wow. Are you guys impressed? I hope so. Okay. So I did my little... Okay. So now I think this is going to help. I'm going to put this right over the top. Of course, you know I'm going to add my dimensionals. I'll put like 3 on there just to really give it a nice sturdy... There. Oh, I'm already liking this better. That was a fluke, just so you know. But if you had I didn't know if this would fit. I would probably go on a ever so slightly larger piece next time. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere these snowflakes like that. And I already like that better. And then the fact that the snowflakes are kind of sticking out makes it even more hug-like. Okay. All right. Now the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to adhere these with dimensionals, a teeny bit offset. And then the other thing I'm going to do is embellish this, and wait till you see what I'm going to use to embellish this. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, Dina. Now that one's sticking off a little bit, and that's okay. I could use my liquid glue for this, by the way, and that would work nicely also. Whew. Okay. Now the other thing I just need, of course I thought I had one. Two pieces. I need my card base. Okay, don't worry, we're not done yet. We're not even close. So much magical stuff is about to happen. Oh, that's right. I forgot I used up my fast fuse on that last card, so I've got more. Don't worry. Okay, so I've got that on there. I'm gonna adhere this to my card. And then I'm gonna get fancy. I'm gonna put my frosted epoxy shapes in the centers. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm putting another one over here, and then one little one right there. Oh, so pretty. Okay, we're not done yet. I'm going to take my clear Wink of Stella and I'm going to spritz it right over the top so it's shimmery goodness. Oh, isn't that awesome? So that was a really fun card. I'm digging that. All right. Now, the thing I love about this is that you get so many snowflakes. You can use this as a template. You can use it as a background. You can use it as whatever you want. And then you've got all these leftover pieces that, of course, I can use to create a tag or whatever. There's lots of possibilities for those leftovers. So I've got my beautiful card here, and then I can jazz it up even further if I want. So, all right, let me show you the cards that we did today. Quite a few projects, actually. And then I'll, well, first of all, I have to tell you, I really need your help. It takes kind of a lot to get these Facebook Lives put together for you. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that you might not even realize is there. And the only way I get paid is when you order from me. So I really could use your help. I think many of you know that I'm trying to hit my $1 million in sales, and I'm getting closer every day. So I really would appreciate your help with that. And whenever you order from me, I always have a gift each week. So, two things. First of all, you can share the video, or you can order and you'll get entered into a drawing for free stamps. Entered into free stamps drawing. It should say stamps. Sorry. Okay. When you order, please use the host code VFADZQ6U. And when you spend $35 or more, goodness, $35 plus. Ugh, never mind. Seriously, I wonder about myself. This week, you're going to get some amazing tutorials. And that's going to be in a PDF form, okay? That is going to start tomorrow. So today, I think, is the 17th, right? It'll be tomorrow, which is the 18th through next Sunday. I can't think of what the date is right now because I always mean to write this down and I never do. Also, my Rooted in Nature class is coming out, and there are some awesome projects. We do all kinds of fun things. And I also have a first frost class. Comes out in the beginning of November or October. Goodness, just it's in a couple weeks. So that's on there too. And then, of course, if you haven't shopped the clearance rack, make sure you do that. There's all kinds of fabulous stuff at amazing prices. Okay, so let me show you my projects again. So I did the cool Snowflake card. We did the beautiful card from the Timeless Tidings project kit. We made two, if I may say, stunning cards, which I don't know what I did with. Hold on. I'm sure they're under something. No, here they are. And yes, they were under something. Two cards with the Rooted in Nature stamp set, both with some shimmer paint on them. And then last but not least, we made this fun bag. Oh no, there's one more card. Hold on. We made this fun Halloween treat bag. And then we also made our leaf card. But oh my gosh, what happened to that? Goodness. Oh, it was drying. Remember, because this goes on the inside. And then here's the leaf card. So fun. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have been inspired, please would you consider placing an order through my online store? I would be so grateful. I always have fantastic rewards for my customers, and I would love to share them with you. So please check that out. My blog is in the link of this video, so you can get to my online store from there. So please click on that. Thank you again so much for joining me. We'll be back here next week, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you. Bye.